Bulletcast for life.
Get up! This is a revolution! This is our time to rise! Look deep within your mind, look deep into the hate in my eyes. We are the elite, and you are the weak. No matter how hard I fall, I'll get back up on my feet. Red alert, this is gonna hurt. When your face is in the dirt, you'll know your death is what
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You know the name, you know the voice, you know exactly why I'm here. The microphone Messiah, joined by the Canadian Destroyer, BT Brandon Tanguma. It is Thursday evening. We are here to talk about the world of sports entertainment, professional wrestling. Brandon, what's cracking?
It's cracking, doing just fine. Is it evening? We're like in that weird kind of in between space. It's like 5 or 4:50. So like, some people still might be working. It's like kind of a little too late to be afternoon, but kind of like too early to be evening because like the sun is still kind of up.
5 p.m. starts the evening. We're basically there.
Okay.
We're 7 minutes away. We're basically there.
Because like I feel like noon is like a hard afternoon point, like from morning to afternoon. But then like the afternoon to evening, I feel like there's a lot of leeway, a lot of fluctuation, especially daylight savings. Sometimes, sun doesn't go down to like 8 o'clock. Sometimes sun go down to like 4:30.
That is the all. It's a lot. It's a lot.
That'll be another podcast.
Yeah. The daylight savings will be another podcast. Believe me. TKO cut WWE royalty checks in half, brother. They're cutting all the costs.
Damn, who would have seen this multi-billion-dollar corporation trying to cut corners and take money out of the pockets of the employees, or not even employees, independent contractors, which is a whole nother separate topic we don't need to get into.
Yeah, man. It was what you call it? I'm working with a new microphone, ladies and gentlemen. So if I sound a little different or a little off, please bear with me. But yeah, Kevin Nash talked about it on his podcast, said he got a royalty check and said, damn, it's half of what it used to be. So it's not just affecting us, guys. It's not just affecting us, the TKO of it all.
I mean, once again, it's easy to say this is a corporation running a business, running a business that happens to be wrestling. They're not people running a wrestling business like the good old days. They try to find every which way they can to squeeze out as much profit as possible. They got a lot of mouths to feed over there, and royalty checks used to be a way a lot of people made a lot of money. I mean, I know we don't have like exact numbers and stuff from back in the day, but like the Hulk Hogan's and Stone Cold's and Rocks and people who made a lot of good merchandise money, they basically made more than their regular contract.
Yeah, and then you have to remember, like back in the day, you used to get like a bonus for being on pay-per-views and all that other stuff. You don't get that anymore. I mean, I don't know if they were getting that for a while, like even in the latter era of Vince, but yeah, a lot of things have changed over the last 20 years. Especially,
that was like one of the key points of CM Punk walking out, was him bringing up the question of the network of like, okay, we're going from pay-per-view models where people are buying for that to the network where people are just buying a flat fee, a lower fee per month to watch these shows. And he wanted to know, how is this going to affect pay-per-view payouts? Never really got a straight answer. And that was just another point of frustration for our elevator buddy.
Yes. One day we will stand in the elevator with another top star. Well, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Raw is set to air at 8 a.m. next week.
Well, that's time changes for you. That's them being in Australia. I mean, I don't really think it makes too much of I mean, it's going to make a difference, I think, in general, because people might forget or whatever the case may be. But, I'd rather them air it live to give people the opportunity to watch it live compared to back in the day, even when they did those European shows. They tape delay them, and, within the last 15 years where more people had opportunities to get spoilers out instantaneously with social media, it kind of did take a damper off the show. But now, in this day and age, it's better because you can watch it live, and I think people are a little bit more careful in terms of like spoilers. But this is also live, so it's a whole thing. But
yeah, I heard that flight is like 22, 24 hours, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, don't say flying across the world takes a while, especially with time differences.
To the ends of the world, to the ends of the earth. Damn near. Damn near. Damn near. Damn near. All right, what else is going on? Santos Escobar resigned.
Yeah, yeah. I won't say weird situation, but he definitely played his hand.
Weird, Jace.
I would say definitely as good as you can because his contract ran out, I believe, like Monday night, at midnight. And so he was off the roster. He was on the alumni sections, and every signs point to him probably going to AEW. Could have shown up on AEW this week or on Tuesday just because he was not fired. He was just contract expired. But um, he ended up re-signing. Everything was that it was a creative decision, not a money decision. Like, was it Jasmine Nix that just got released from NXT or did resign with the NXT? So,
Yeah.
there were people who are frustrated with the TKO stuff, as we just talked about the royalty checks. But Santos seemed to, not be liking where he was on the card because he did come in with a little bit of momentum from NXT, and then it just kind of fizzled out. In the past couple months, and he was able to get a fat check, and maybe they're making promises for him to be pushed at a higher level. I don't know, but and maybe he was just not, he couldn't have cared about the money, but he was able to kind of play both sides and get a bigger check out of it. So we'll have to wait and see. I think Santos Escobar is talented. I think there is something there. He's WWE desperately needs like that Latino star. Maybe it is Dominic Mysterio after all these years. I mean, we've been trying to find Rey Mysterio. I guess his son is probably the next best option, but Santos Escobar is a really good wrestler. He speaks fluent English for the most part, so I don't know why he couldn't be. I Unfortunately, I think the Dragon Lee ship has sailed, but
Bro, Dragon Lee's doing the Penta walk on Raw. He's doing it. Yeah, I mean Santos Escobar. I always wanted him like Legado del Fantasma. I thought they could have been so big on the main roster and done some really cool stuff. Some like a cartel S storyline, if you will, something like that. I don't know. As far as finding the next Rey Mysterio, I mean, you didn't know that Dominic Mysterio was now the greatest luchador of all time?
well, that's facts now. IC and
Yeah,
AAA out champion.
yes, the IC AAA champion. You love to see it. Some things you don't love to see. Vince McMahon is going back to court. Vince to appear in court over reckless driving charges. He's scheduled to go to Stamford, Connecticut courtroom on Thursday, October 16th for a disposition regarding charges of reckless driving and following too closely. The court appearance is related to a 3-vehicle accident that took place on Thursday, July 24th. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is something I forget if we actually talked about it on the podcast itself, but people have said that Vince is a erratic, terrible, choose whatever adjective you want in terms of his driving. And I guess it finally like caught up with him, and he got into a pretty severe accident. Luckily, there was no major injuries, no deaths, so he was able to skirt that side of it. But legally, he's got some more things to worry about.
Yes, yes. We'll give you an update on that when we get there. Mo from Men on a Mission, former WWE star Bobby Sir Mo Horn, known for his time in Men on a Mission with Mabel, King Mabel. He's in the ICU during he has a severe blood infection and pneumonia. Hopefully he can kick out, man. I mean, I'm looking at this. He had a kidney transplant in 2018 and he had a severe lengthy stay in the ICU in 2022 because he had COVID. So damn. Hopefully the former WWE champion kicks out, man.
Yeah, I mean, T's and P's. Seems like a very serious situation. Seems like a sad situation, and honestly, this is the first time I'm hearing of this, and it just kind of sucks because we've been seeing a lot of wrestlers deal with some health issues recently, and kind of like as long as I've been a wrestling fan, stuff like this unfortunately has been a part of it. So hopefully it gets better.
Yes. And today would have been the 58th birthday of Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero. Man, next month is gonna be 20 years, man. We're gonna have to do a podcast, man. We're gonna have to do a 20-year anniversary tribute to Eddie Guerrero, man.
Yeah, I mean Eddie was what we say we joke about Bryan Danielson and Adrian Lee made me read a book. Eddie Guerrero also made me read a book. I read his book back when I was in middle school, and I mean Eddie's one of my favorite wrestlers from childhood, and that was just me being a dumb kid, not knowing like the lineage and not knowing like kind of the history and how good he actually like. As a kid, I knew he was good, but then now that I've become an adult, I kind of respect and understand how and why he was so good. And it's a shame that he passed away so early. And just selfishly, he could have given more, but then also as just a human, I thought he was he turned his life around, and unfortunately, all his early demons caught up with him.
Yeah, man. Eddie Guerrero is one of those people we don't play about, man. We don't play about Eddie Guerrero. You'd never badmouth Latino Heat over here. So special, such a great talent. We will, for the 20-year anniversary of his passing, we will do a special tribute podcast to the late great Eddie Guerrero. R.I.P. Eddie. Happy birthday, brother. We love you and miss you. Moving on from that, let's get into SmackDown. The Bronze got a massive win over Randy Orton and the WWE champion Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I mean, another tag team, another tag match with the Bronze taking on some main event level guys. So they get the rub that way, and Cody and Randy, still kind of wondering will they, won't they eventually. No real, seats of dissension, obviously, but Paul kind of sprinkling some stuff in there, just like, oh, it's Randy. You just never know. He could do it, and he could come after you. He got that title, and it's like, all right, but it didn't happen. So, just a little trickle of a story throughout, but obviously it'll probably lead to something later down the line.
Sorry, I pulled a Brandon. My apologies.
I haven't pulled one of those in a while.
I know, right?
I've been a good boy.
Yeah, yes, boy, yes, boy. Shout out to Pretty Deadly. One of them was on SmackDown, yeah, with Damian Priest. How ironic. But yeah, man, just good stuff. They desperately needed that. Bronson Reed needed a big pin, and he pinned a 14-time heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah, I mean, they've got plans for him. As much as the group might not cohesively be like what we thought it could have been coming out of WrestleMania, but I think individually, especially Bronson Reed, I think Bronson Reed has like been the star of this group. Now I know everyone wants or they want Braun Breaker to be something, but I think Bronson Reed, I mean, he showcased why he was, he was doing something in New Japan, but he's doing something in WWE. Good for him.
Yeah, yeah. I think he just talked about because when he beat Okada, right, in the G1.
Yeah, beat Okada. Looked like he was possibly gonna do some sort of major feud with him with Okada on the way out, but then he re-signed with WWE, and they kudos to the WWE. I mean, honestly, kudos to WWE for like not just kind of signing him because he was there and then not really doing anything with him. Kind of like maybe
He's
some other
cons-
wrestlers they've done, but they're actually
he's
using him, which I
Yeah,
applaud.
he's consistently been picking it up, and you love to see that. He's going to be out there again with the tribal chief, where we're going to talk about that. Miz attacks Mello. Mello was going to answer the open challenge, and the Miz attacks him. Mello don't Miz is over.
Damn shame. Just absolutely love that tag team. Kind of weird that they just did the breakup while Mello was like just doing an entrance to the open challenge. And then Aleister Black just came out afterwards to take on that open challenge. Like, what are the logistic and what are the politics of some guy getting laid out and then he just immediately comes in and takes the
Well,
spot? But
it's an open challenge, man. Whoever gets to the ring first for the match.
whoever gets through that those curtains first, and as we all know, every wrestler has a microchip embedded in their skull or their trunks or something that once they cross that line, their music goes off. So that's just how it works.
I think it's they saw him walking out and hey, play Aleister's music. They saw him about to walk through the curtain. I that's how
No,
I.
I like the microchip better. I think it's more realistic.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So, NXTNA Showdown happened. Mustafa Ali finally got his North American title match after 700 something days. Lost, but he got it.
Tripped over a cable.
Yeah, bro, dude, he took one of the craziest bumps I've seen this year.
And what would that be, Philip? For those who didn't see it.
Bro, so the cable was attached on his foot, and he's on the top rope, and Ethan Page just pushes him off the top rope, and like he almost like broke his back on the barricade, but he luckily was a few inches away from it, so that didn't happen. But he just landed smack dab right on the floor. I was like, oh my goodness, I hope he's all right.
Yeah, kind of a dumb finish because he got his foot caught up in the over by the announce table. So then up, he walked, to the ring, up the ring, on the turnbuckle, and then he finally realizes, oh look, this cable that's been on my foot for like the past, you know, 30 steps I just took
Hey,
is
look,
on
man,
me.
adrenaline in your soul, you know.
Something, something, Cody Rhodes.
The adrenaline is something cable on my foot. Like the adrenaline is going, man. You don't know. You never know. The Hardy Boys are the new NXT Tag Team Champions. They've won tag titles in 4 different decades. The only team to be the WWE, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, TNA, and WCW Tag Team Champions.
And ROH.
And ROH 7. That's something that I know they're facing the Dudleys soon. Dudleys haven't done that one. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but now that match is with the Dudley Boys going to be title for title. So
Could the
I guess
Dudley in the year of our Lord 2025? Could the Dudley Boys be the NXT Tag Team Champions? I wouldn't, brother. I wouldn't hate it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
well, I mean, the fact that I don't think Devon Dudley is like still actually medically cleared to wrestle, even though he's like wrestling this weekend in that tables match. I don't
How long has he
think
not been medically cleared,
I mean, I feel like Devon has not wrestled in like 10 years.
bro? I
So,
saw him wrestle during WrestleMania 40 weekend.
I don't know. That's what the internet tells me.
What? What? Can we look this up?
Let's see. How many matches has Devon been wrestling? Because I feel
Yeah,
like I thought he just kind of like not disappeared, but like kind of just went to train and do whatever the hell else Devon be doing.
yeah, no, because it was him and Bubba versus Onita and Tommy Dreamer, WrestleMania 40 weekend in the 2300.
So he had a match at IWC in 2024,
Okay.
then the 2300 arena, like you said, 2024. Then he had a tag match, the Team 3D in 23, and then since then has not wrestled consistently since 2016. And that would be like after he left WWE because he had like a match, then he went to some other stuff, he went to ICW and then did
So when was his last match?
April 4th, 2027, 2024.
April 27th, 2024.
Yep.
Okay. It's been over a year. Well over a year. No, Devon still looks like they know what they pros. They Hall of Famers. They can do this.
That
When
would
do we get
be
the Hardy Boys in the Hall of Fame? Can we get a WrestleMania in North Carolina so the Hardy Boys can go in the Hall of Fame?
I highly doubt. No disrespect to Charlotte,
That's
but
Flair country. Hold on now. Hold on now. That's Flair country.
I don't think WWE would be going to Charlotte for WrestleMania anytime soon.
But that's Flair country.
That is Flair country.
So can we go there and just throw Evolution in there so he could be like a 3-time?
Maybe.
Possible.
Once again, don't. I think Ric Flair would have no issues going to Las Vegas or Saudi Arabia or Miami or Los Angeles. Hell, even well, Minnesota. He was born in Minnesota. He's a Minnesota boy, so he probably would like that.
Whoa! Is that when he was sold on the black market?
Allegedly. I mean, it's not alleged. It happened.
Yeah, it's in the. I saw the documentary. You see the documentary? I saw it. But speaking of movies and stuff, the Smashing Machine had an interesting opening weekend.
I didn't see any numbers. Did it disappoint? I know, there's
The budget like 50 mil. The opening weekend was 6 mil.
it's a tough look there. I mean, I heard reviews. It was a little mixed. They put over Rock's performance that it was good, but the guy he's portraying, the story is not exactly like the most compelling story in the world, especially in MMA. You could have chosen. There's some wacky characters in MMA, especially those early years where it's kind of just like the Wild Wild West.
Man, early MMA was diabolical. But yeah, no, Rock's people were talking about the box office and like they were like, oh, when Black Adam didn't do well, he came back. So people are like, oh, are we gonna see Dwayne before the year is up? I don't know. DJ did say that his he enjoyed his performance. That's what he most cares about. I heard he took a massive pay cut to even make this movie, but here we are.
Yeah, I mean, I think this movie was kind of Rock fishing for an Oscar. I don't think he's gonna win one, but he might get a nomination. I don't know,
I
how.
mean, it's him trying to. So I heard this on the shout out to the Before the Bell podcast. CT and them, they do great work. What are your thoughts on The Rock doing these types of roles? Because for so long he has conditioned us that he is an action star with Fast and the Furious franchise and all these things. And what are your thoughts?
I mean, The Rock has been the guy for what, like 15 years now.
But I'm saying like he has conditioned us that he is an action star. What are your thoughts on him taking this turn and doing these types of movies?
I mean, that's like I said, like he's the guy for like 15 years, and now he's maybe picking and choosing what he wants to do, and Fast Furious stuff might make him a bunch of money, but maybe like creatively he's not really fulfilled because he is, you know, in his 50s now at this point. He can't do this he can't be, that main attraction, young, presenting, young looking guy much longer. So I think he kind of knows that he doesn't have too much more time in this specific kind of, realm.
I heard
I mean, we saw he's allegedly slimmed down a lot, so we don't know what his
allegedly,
body's.
brother. Have you not? You've seen the photos.
Hey,
You've
you
seen the
never.
video.
Hey, this era of AI, and have you been
Bro,
watching these wrestling Sonora videos?
we have to talk about AI is out of control. I got Eddie Guerrero coming back from the dead. I got Chris Benoit on Dynamite. I got Stephen Hawking jumping off the cage on
I got
Dynamite.
Stephen Hawkins getting thrown off a Hell in a Cell from Harambe.
Yeah, fucking what else? I saw Queen Elizabeth dive on Albert Einstein on
I've
a
seen
table on
Tupac
Raw.
and Notorious B.I.G. do a promo battle on Raw.
I saw Tupac with Hall and Nash and Hogan.
JFK versus Ronald Reagan.
Where's that?
It's on there. Apparently they had a promo on Raw. I must have missed that episode. It must be the Netflix thing because now Netflix has Raw. You can't watch every single episode. I haven't gotten to that one yet. It must have been in that like 2000 2002 period where I haven't watched.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this AI of it all. But back to The Rock. I heard somebody said he saved the Fast franchise. Is that true? Did he save it?
Yeah, I honestly like I did. It was kind of weird because for whatever reason I just like went down the little rabbit hole and just like went down the Wikipedia and just like clicked on every single Fast and Furious movie. And it's like the first like 4 or 5 are like fine. Like the first couple made some decent money and then they kind of just milked it for a little bit. And then I don't know if that's exactly when The Rock came on, but like 6 to 10, like bananas how much money it made, especially like what 8. What one of them, made over $1 billion, and it's like, how? Why? I have not seen a single Fast movie since Tokyo Drift.
They stopped driving in the streets and started flying cars and being action heroes, bro. That's what happens.
I mean, I didn't watch it, but someone did. Apparently, a lot of people did. Someone got to do it.
What is the best Rock movie that's not The Scorpion King or Walking Tall? What
The
game plan?
The game plan.
Game plan, yeah.
Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, right. I was about to say that. Back to talk about some more members
Moana.
of Moana, yeah. Hell, Moana. What if he just does Moana movies from now on? That's his hit.
I mean, there's gonna be a live action one.
Like there are guys, that they had, like, obviously The Scorpion King was a massive hit. Walking Tall was a hit. The game plan, it was a hit. Like, let's not. It was a hit. Moana, like that was a late game hit for him. A lot of these guys, they have late game hits. That was his. I mean, what can you say except you're welcome? I mean, it's classic stuff.
Maybe The Rock turns into Jack Black and just like it is in every animated movie forever now.
He's in a movie with a kangaroo, and then he's teaching kids how to have a band when he's not really a teacher.
Exactly.
School of Rock. Hey.
Look at Phillip watching movies.
Come on now. Now I'm talking about what School of Rock and is the Rocket. See,
there we go.
I'm on to something here. Paramount, Warner, whoever, come talk to the kid. But speaking of other members of the Mai Hawaii Fatu dynasty, Roman Reigns and the Usos have multiple segments on Monday Night Raw. Roman's like, who's at the top of the hour? CM Punk. It should be you. Uh, they go out there, they do the whole thing. Jay's super kicking people. Tag matches made LA Knight and CM Punk with Jay and Jimmy, and then what you call it? Jimmy has a problem with Roman giving Jay advice, and then Roman tells Jimmy like, "Hey, when he won that world title, he became more like me than you realize." So yeah, what are your thoughts on the whole Roman and the Usos segments throughout the night before we get into all the other stuff?
I mean, I thought they're pretty good. Clearly, they're doing something with Jay, whether it's him like fully evolving his character or just taking a quick detour for him to kind of snap out of it. The dynamic between all three of them, especially, Jimmy kind of being the straight man and trying to like get Jay out of it, but Roman's kind of shooting him down because he has it. He is not on their level because he has not won a world title, so he's not going to understand. And yeah, I thought it was just good television. When Roman is on television, things get elevated, and it's not a coincidence.
They get interesting. They do. What are your thoughts on LA Knight and CM Punk going back and forth on the mic? Yeah.
Um, two guys that are very capable on the mic and can do their thing. Once again, it's kind of WWE doing the babyface thing, or people going back and forth, and maybe it's not the best for either guy, just because they're making somewhat valid points, and you got to choose one. But you know, it's just kind of, I think, Triple H's booking philosophy is to kind of like just have these baby faces bicker back and forth, and it's not as bad as maybe like the Rhea stuff back at WrestleMania, Rhea and Bianca, but I think you're flirting with that when you do stuff like this.
Yeah, I mean, LA Knight was like, yeah, I've got two victories over Seth this year. One of them was caused by DQ because of you. LA Knight took shots at Punk being champion for 5 minutes. Punk said he's never been champion. I was waiting on Punk to be like, well, that's 5 minutes more than you've been champion. I was waiting on something like that. I thought that would have been a good line. But yeah, we move on to the main event. Usos losing to CM Punk and LA Knight.
Yeah, I mean, logical match, exactly what you'd expect. I mean, I don't really know what to say. It was just like a match you kind of knew some shenanigans were gonna happen because that's
Jey
just
Uso took the pin.
Jey Uso did take the pin. Maybe that further derails him and thinks he goes insane.
Hey, LA Knight, man, he's pinned a couple former world champions this year. Do you remember when that used to mean something back in the day? Like, oh my God, he pinned a former world champion. You remember that?
Well, when you got 52 weeks a year, you got shows to book, and you just kind of have the same six core people in the main events all the time. They're just gonna pin each other. That's just kind of what happens.
But I'm saying, do you remember when it meant something back then?
I mean, it still can mean something when you kind of
That
take
is
that
true.
that
That is
guy to
true.
like the next level, like when Jay was just the tag team guy, and then whenever he got like his first pin, or like didn't he pin Roman or somebody like in the he pinned Roman like somewhere in some
Yes,
like in
yes.
a tag match,
At the Money in the Bank 2023.
and it was a big deal.
Yeah, because
So
I mean Roman had been pinned, and that was different because Roman had been pinned in like 4 years. It was different on that's a different scenario. I'm just talking about like back in the day when like you remember when what you call it Shelton Benjamin beat Triple H, like, oh
I think it's just because world championships don't mean that much as much as they used to, and like I said, Jay pinned Roman. That was a big deal because Roman was a big deal. It's not really the man makes the championship. The championship doesn't make the man
well,
or
yes,
woman.
the title doesn't make the man or woman, the woman or man makes the title. Yes, but I'm saying like back in the day, like
And
if
we haven't really had any massive champions. Like I would say if Cody gets pinned by some quote unquote random person, it probably would be a big deal. But they haven't really gone down that route.
I don't know. It has to be studied. Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed brawl. They're gonna have an Australian street fight this Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I was putting over like the Roman and Uso stuff, this stuff was fine. I thought Bronson Reed once again had another good talking segment. Roman didn't really do much here, and they're kind of just having a match for the sake of having a match, very similar to kind of like the Roman or the Cena AJ stuff, it was just like, yeah, okay, we don't really have too much creative, but we're gonna book this
Well,
match.
I'm. I mean,
And then we did another brawl between these two people, and they'll say it was a success because the crowd got a kick out of it. But as a television viewer, we've seen this type of stuff so many times, and it just kind of gets overplayed and
well,
kind of annoying.
yeah. I mean, because we weren't there. You feel differently if you were there.
Well, just because the crowd pops for something doesn't mean it's good. Just
Crap, pop,
because
crap.
the crowd was cheering for Mr. Iguana doesn't mean you should have put a world title on him. And look at what happens. Now they're not cheering for him that much anymore.
Yeah, because he's not on TV anymore.
I mean, even the last AAA show, or not AAA show, but Worlds Collide show in Vegas, he wasn't getting much of a reaction.
I don't know. I feel like the TV doesn't do it justice, man. You gotta find the in-house footage and really dissect and see how it is. But I mean, with Braun and Roman, I mean, bro, like Roman got the shoes back, yeah, but no, he still got beef with these guys. What you call it? And then what else was going on the show? You talking about AJ and what you call it? AJ and Cena. Well, so Penta, Styles, and Lee they defeat the Judgment Day. Rusev comes out there. Dominic runs away with the IC AAA odd title. Penta, he's great. He's phenomenal. He's phenomenal. Penta's phenomenal. I love him. AJ Styles, after the match is over, hops on the announce table, grabs a mic, and says, "We don't need a story. The story writes itself." What are your thoughts on his match? He's talking about his match with John Cena, of course.
Yeah, I mean, the match on Raw was fine. Exactly what it should have been. The promo, or the kind of like the explanation for the match, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory that it's a match that they're having for the sake of having a match, and there's really no story behind it. So they're just gonna kind of play on the history. They ran video packages, they pay lip service to it. There's no Cena; he's been MIA. Uh, AJ's been there, kind of promoting it, but it's kind of hard for him to promote a match where there's no like personal animosity. It's just like, all right, we're gonna have this match one last time because it's one last time. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, but that you have to look at the history of it all, man. I mean, when AJ first got to the WWE show, he did the stuff with Jericho, or whatever. But I mean, he went right into the stuff with Cena. Had that what those couple of match series. I mean, the SummerSlam match is something that was always talked about. Obviously the Royal Rumble one where Cena wins the 16 and they never leave the ring. Just the chemistry that they had. Uh, it was a great coming out party for AJ to show like, hey, I do belong here. I'm going toe to toe with the top guy that they have, and it was Cena showing that even after the U.S. Open Challenge and everything, like, hey, I can still go, I can still do this. Put me in there with anybody, and I can make magic. So that's what it was. I'm excited to see it. AJ and Cena, they're both in my top 10. Two guys I've enjoyed watching for the longest time. It's one of SummerSlam's 2016 is in my top 10 matches. One of my favorite rivalries from both men of throughout all their careers. So it's going to be good stuff. And then Maxine Dupree, no, she didn't pin, but she defeats Becky Lynch. Count out. She could
Uh,
have rolled her up. She could have rolled her up.
yeah, I mean, God bless Maxine. She tried her damnedest. It was not a great match, but the crowd was into it and they were cheering big time. The finish was just god awful. I mean, Becky Lynch, for whatever reason, just got on top of the table and just started yelling, and that got her counted out. It's like such a weak finish, like you said. Like you couldn't just have her get a roll up or
Like but they were going back and forth. Like, oh, is she gonna get the win right here? That
even like
falsely,
even like a DQ, like not breaking in the corner or like something stupid like that. At least that one makes a little bit more sense.
that falsy, that false with the kick. Like I was like, oh my god, was this how she beat her? Like, it was good stuff. Yeah, they could have done something better. I would have liked that more. AEW happened, yeah, on Tuesday.
Yeah, Title Tuesday because they got bumped for MLB playoffs. So
It's
they
Title Tuesday.
so yeah they went head to head with
Was
NXT.
was this the episode that Chris Benoit was on?
Maybe actually I think it might have been last week. I forgot to bring that up. That's on me. Hand up. I don't know how I let that one slide. But yeah, so they were back in Daly's place. Crowd was, I think, probably lighter than it's been in the past. They didn't really do any crowd shots. So that probably shows what it looked like or didn't look like. But we kicked off with Paige and Joe. They had a face off. They just kind of like went back and forth, kind of similar to what we're doing here with Cody and Seth. They're just kind of two baby faces. Joe is leaning slightly heel, but he hasn't turned yet. But I don't think he will. I think this is more just like Joe or Paige earning Joe's respect. I thought this was by far like the best stuff on the show, and I thought that you did a really good job at building up their match. We had a street fight between the Hurt Syndicate and the Demand. The Hurt Syndicate got to get the win back, brother, and they pinned Ricochet, beat down all the goons, and then walked off. So I guess that feud's over.
I'm torn, brother. I'm torn. I love the Hurt Syndicate. I don't know if you know this, but they hurt people.
I've heard that.
But Toa Leona, that's my dog, man. Shout out to Big Toa, man. That's my ooze right there, man. I'm torn. I'm torn.
Yeah, I mean, I think the GOA, the Demand, they've been doing some. They've definitely kind of built themselves up. Like Ricochet's just kind of who he is, but I think they've done a good job as a tag team, and then the Hurt Syndicate just kind of coming in.
Because what were they doing before this?
They were just
they were with Brian Cage, right?
Maybe. I mean, they were like one of those. They're like a Brian Cage where they just kind of have their squash match on Collision. They just get fed to somebody to lose on Dynamite.
Yeah, no, weren't they the 6-man tag champions with Brian Cage and Ring of Honor?
I am the wrong. Well, I was gonna say I am the wrong person to ask about the Ring of Honor 6-man tag titles.
Brother, just Google it.
That's way too hard. There's baseball and football going on, and I'm trying to do a podcast. The ROH 6-man championships. Well, Phil, can you tell me who the champions are right now?
I can't tell you that. I'm sorry.
That'd be Shane Taylor Promotions. Shane Taylor,
Of
Charlie
course.
Bravo, and Captain Sean Dean.
Yes, shout out to all those gentlemen.
Here we go. Oh, they also got. Wait, why am I looking at the? Oh, never mind. I was very confused because I clicked on a link and it took me to the AEW tag titles, and I was like, I don't think they merged those things yet. Let's see. The Hung Bucks. Shout out the Hung Bucks.
The Hung Buck. Oh my God, you remember that time?
Yep, good times. Good times. Were they 6-man tag titles champions? Here we go. The Mogul Embassy. Oh, okay. So this is when they were running with Swerve a little bit. So Brian Cage, Bishop Khan, and Toa Leona from November 1st, 2023 to January 17th. 77 days with they've had 2 reigns and 77 days. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is confusing. I'm looking at this. So give him a point. Philip's right. Philip knows ROH Trios tag titles.
Yeah, I mean, didn't Cody have them too at one point? Everybody had those things. Jesus. But back to Kyle and Kyle.
Yeah, we did have a Kyle versus Kyle match, and I think this, they had a match on Collision, I think, and the crowd was just very enthralled and excited to just chant Kyle for 15 minutes. And for better or for worse, I think maybe for the better, the Daily's Place crowd did not get that self-indulgent. There was maybe like a little bit of it, but nothing too sustained, which was kind of
Kyle Fletcher, obviously, but who?
Kyle O'Reilly.
Okay.
Yeah, so they ran that back, and the Daily's Place crowd was kind of cold all night. I don't know why, they weren't as lively as they have been in the past. Maybe they're just a little spoiled, and they get AEW a lot, so they weren't as hyped for this as compared to some other shows or some other crowds. And Kyle Fletcher just, beat O'Reilly in like 13 minutes. It was a solid match, but exactly what you thought. And they expected more crowd participation. They did not get it. But that's what happens when you book for dumb stuff like that. We did get Mercedes Moné defend their TBS championship against the formerly underrated Lacey Lane. Katana Chance, if you back in the NXT WWE days.
No, that wasn't her.
Sorry, Kane Carter. There's too many Ks. There's Casey Kanzar. Sorry.
It's Casey and Lacey, bro.
Casey, Lacey.
Lacey Lane.
Caden Carter in WWE. Yes. Now it's Lacey Lane.
Yes. Lacey Lane, met her a couple months ago at Stars of Wrestling. Great person. This is a good spot for her. I dig it. I dig it.
Yeah, I mean, she's been doing some stuff. She had a match with Mina in ROH recently.
Yes.
So not a shock that she was here on AEW, and she got a lot. I don't know if that means anything going forward. Like I said, the crowd wasn't really into her that much. I mean, she wasn't like a big name in WWE. She wasn't like a big name when she signed with
It was a
WWE.
tag team champion.
I know, I'm here trying to beat the drum that she's underrated, but no one wants to listen to me around here. Um, so we'll see if there's anything to come from this, or it was just kind of a one-off because they wanted the surprise of her AEW debut, and they were teasing it as Florida connection. So it could have been everyone. People were thinking Dakota Kai might have shown up, but no, it was Lacey Lane.
That would have been cool. That would have been dope.
Yeah, well, it was not. Then main event, Orange Cassidy taking on Pac or Pac. And
The bastard?
yes, now he's wearing a singlet. He's also cut his hair, cut his beard a little bit. It looks kind of weird. I haven't really warmed up to the new look. I kind of, if he likes it, then I love it. But God bless him.
Not the if you like it, I love it.
Uh,
That is a staple in the black community. If you like it, I love it.
Amen, amen, brother.
Hello. What you about to say?
Darby Allin shows up, handcuffs Pac's leg to a whatever guardrail or something. He's able to break out because he's a big, strong boy. And that's Tyler Bate. I wonder whatever happened to Tyler Bate. Uh, he,
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him either.
I don't know. Kind of looks a little similar to that one of those Americano guys, but Tyler Bate doesn't wear a mask, so it's clearly not him.
Absolutely.
So then Orange Cassidy kind of pins or does pin Pac with one of those roll up thingies he does, and then after the fact, Darby Allin does his thing with the Death Riders, and he pulls out some sort of liquid or something, blinds Moxley, brings out a taser.
Was it mist?
I don't know. He brought out some stuff, and then he brings out a motherfucking Molotov cocktail, and gets absolutely laid out in the parking lot by some random security guard, and then everyone involved has to get restrained by like 30 security people, and that's how the show ended. Well, Philip, I know this might be a hot take. I don't think Molotov cocktails should be used in professional wrestling, whether they are lit or not, because nobody expects that to actually happen.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with anything over there, bro. I have no idea what's going on with this company.
I mean, it started with, well, not started, but Moxley got lit on fire at the pay-per-view, and now this builds to an I Quit match, and we continuously get crazy Darby Allin stuff. I thought we were going to get crazy stuff with the casket match. Luckily, it wasn't that bad, but it's all because they're restraining themselves, I think, for this I Quit match next week, and I am scared. I'm scared, legitimately, for what might happen.
Bro, do you remember when the 2x4 with nails was in his back? Do you remember that?
Yeah. I mean, Darby Allin also fell off a 20-foot ladder through supposedly real glass, Crimea River.
These guys are yeah, they're crazy. I'm tuning in next week. I'm tuning in.
Yeah, so stay tuned for my recap of that over on Under the Radar next week. I cannot wait. But at least Samoa Joe and
wait, what show is it?
This is the pay-per-view, Wrestle Dream.
This is at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought this was on Dynamite. Okay.
Yeah, no, they can't air this on Dynamite.
Oh,
yeah, you gotta pay for that, brother.
They can. We'll see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Crown Jewel in Perth is going down. Let's get into it. Let's get into these predictions. Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky going up against the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. I get the baby faces going over.
It is Australia, so it makes sense for Rhea Ripley to get her moment in Australia.
But you got to lose in your hometown, brother.
Yeah, so that's why I'm going to go with the heels here. I think they're trying to build up Asuka a little bit. Kairi, maybe it leads to Kairi kind of snapping out of it and breaks up with Asuka. But I think that's a little too soon right now, so I think we go with Asuka and Kairi. Kabuki Warriors.
All right. Stephanie Vaquer, the World Women's Champion, going up against It's Tiffy time. I saw Tiffany Stratton was promoting the San Jose Sharks because SmackDown's going to town next week, I believe. Tiffany Stratton, WWE Women's Champion, for the Crown Jewel Championship. Tiffany Stratton, this is where they started to pick up steam on her when the Elimination Chamber was in Perth last year before WrestleMania.
Yeah, she's cooled off considerably, I think, since then. Stephanie's kind of the new thing. I think you just have her win and just kind of keep the momentum rolling with her. I think you get more of her winning this than kind of whatever you might be able to gain
Okay,
from
so look,
Tiffy winning.
it's gonna be one or the other. Like both, because what happened last year? Well, the WWE champion won, and then the world champion won. It's gonna be one or the other. I'm gonna go with Tiffany Stratton for this one.
I mean, I think it is a toss up, but I think if it's a straightforward wrestling match, because there might be some goo goo gaga in the men's one, I think you just give it to Stephanie. Vaquier.
Okay. Vacque?
Vaquier.
Vacque?
I always get self conscious because everyone says it wrong, and I try to say it like with a little bit of flair, even though I can't roll my R's. And I feel like I'm saying it right. I think it's just Vacare. It's Vacare. Vacare. That's all I have to say.
Vacque.
Vacare.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. The phenomenal AJ Styles goes up against the never seen 17. Big match John, the greatest of all time. Won last time. Big match John got this one, man. It's just gonna be good. Get him 20. Get him 20, 21, 25 minutes. Let him go. Let him go.
I'm intrigued to see what AJ, well, maybe not at this point of his career, what he can get out of Cena, but what both guys can do in this ring. It's just kind of a match for the sake of being a match. I think the crowd will be firmly behind Cena into this one. I think another reason for this match is you can just have Cena beat AJ and it's not going to really do anything. So I think Cena just wins, and I'll set my expectations low and see if they can surpass them.
We shall see. I mean, Cena's been killing it these last couple, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Australian street fight, Roman Reigns versus Big Bronson Reed. I love my tribal chief. I love my tribal chief. But is there a world where Bronson Reed beats Roman Reigns?
There could be. I don't think that's gonna happen, but yeah, I just think Roman. Like I want Bronson to win because I do think he's very talented and like he could do something like we just talked about that the discussion about pinning a world champion. I think he could get something out of this, but I just think it's pretty straightforward and Roman just wins.
Oh, yeah. Well, we shall see. We shall see. Then is for the men's crown jewel championship. The undisputed WWE champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, goes up against the visionary, this world heavyweight champion, Seth freaking Rollins. I got Seth Rollins beating Cody Rhodes.
The story has been Seth cannot beat Cody, and so what happens, what is whatever you want to say. But I think the story is more interesting if Seth loses. And I thought what they did on Raw with this little, backstage interaction with him and Paul and just Seth matter of factly asking like Paul, what happens if I lose? And Paul gave him his little BS answer at the beginning, but then shot him straight at the end. I'll go with Cody.
Let the people know.
I'm gonna go with Cody. Give it Cody. Cody wins, and then we finally actually get some dynamic because I think that's one of the things that makes this group kind of lackluster thus far. Is like there hasn't really been any interaction like between Seth and Paul. Like there's a relationship with Paul and Brock, even Paul and Punk. Like they were best friends. And Roman, all the Paul Heyman guys, well, the main ones. We're not going to talk about Curtis Axel and Cesaro, but like the three or four main guys, there was a clear relationship and dynamic. That's not exactly the case with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I mean, is his allegiance with Paul Heyman a means to an end? Like having Cody beat Roman?
I don't know. I mean, they must have had something in mind for this whole Seth turn. I'm hoping it wasn't just the fact of let's shock the marks at WrestleMania, but the more and more this year's gone on, the more I feel like that's just how this creative team books at this point is just shock value, not actually thinking of cohesive stories for more than 2 weeks at a time.
Yeah, that is a. I mean, the thing with Hunter's long term booking, there are so many more shows popping up to where we kind of just have to do little things in between to kind of before we get to the big Balboski of it all.
And maybe that's why NXT was so successful and why I thought it was one of the best, personally
Yeah.
one of the best stuff I ever watched. Just
'Cause
because
how many pay-per-views did they have? Like
I mean,
six or seven?
the Hey Day was like the 1 hour network show, and then you got like the quarterly takeovers, and then
That's what I'm saying.
and then it evolved to 2 hours, and then they kind of would piggyback off the big shows, maybe like 5, 6 a year.
That's what I'm saying. They had like 6 or 7 a year, and they were paced out, and it was done beautifully.
Yeah, you can have your 4 matches that they'd have on the shows. You can build them all around. You'd have like little secondary, tertiary feuds and matches that you can have main event a television show with. And we don't really get those. And it's it is hard booking 4 hours weekly and then 7 hours when you have to have a pay-per-view or PLE every single
Yeah,
week.
it's okay. It's okay. Um, what else is happening this weekend, Brandon?
Bound for Glory is this weekend.
Bound for Glory is this weekend.
TNA's biggest show of the year.
Hall of Fame's their Hall of Fame's about to get larger. Beautiful people. Mickey James, hardcore country.
Yes, sir. We talked about Hardy's and Dudley Boys, or sorry, Team 3D. I think Hardy Boys just win. Pretty self-explanatory. They're the younger team, even though both guys is Jeff in his 50s yet? See,
No, not yet.
he's
They're both
knocking
not in their 50s yet.
knocking at that door yet. Jeff's 40 or Jeff's 48, and then Matt is
Or is Matt 50?
let's see, Matt Hardy. He is 51.
Really?
So yeah,
Wow.
and then I think Bubba and Devon are just like barely over that. So. Because
Yeah.
I think the average age of this match is 51. So,
They
so yeah.
they almost there. They're
Then we got
almost there.
Santana, Chick Willie in the main event for the TNA title.
It's now the time.
I mean, I think it's now or never with Santana. I still would say him winning in New York was probably the better time because yes, it is technically their biggest show of the year, but the crowd size in Long Island is going to be way bigger than what it is in Lowell, Massachusetts. So, and it's
Yeah.
his home area. A little bit bloom off the rose there, but I think it still will be a good moment for him.
Yeah. It's always gonna be the one if they've just pulled that trigger. I don't want that for them. Oasis Pro's having a show this weekend.
They are having a show. What are they doing, Philip?
October Slam Fest is happening at the Cellmaker Brewing Company in Berkeley, California on Saturday, October 11th. The Melanin Mafia and the Mob got banned from Oasis because of inciting riots, damn near.
Damn rascals. That's a different team.
Right. You have the Punjabi Lion Chima going up against the GoldenEye Midas Creed one more time. Mia Sweets, second match back in Oasis after taking a loss to Titus Alexander. She's going up against Daniel Torch. You also have Mariachi Montana going up against ADK, the All Day Crew. The Samoan Reapers going up against NorCal Legend and El Chupacabra. Also, you have Oak versus the VIP, Vincenzo Josefa Parisi. And your main event, the Daredevil Dante Darren going up against El Fatale for the Pacific Seas Championship.
Big show. Big show.
Yes. But their biggest show is the anniversary show happening on November 8th in Vallejo, California. Brandon, you don't want to miss that. You don't want to. You were at the Kickback. You've seen how Oasis does these things.
Yes, I have.
But Vallejo, that's where it all started, man.
In the Ho.
In the Ho, in the 420. What was his address? It was 420 something. That's all I remember about the address for the Veterans Hall. So you know there's meaning there. You absolutely know there's
There will be vitamins.
Hey man, take your vitamins, brother. All right, guys, that is going to do it for us. We'll be back with a recap of all the things. Of all the things. We'll be back with a recap of stuff later on in the week in a couple days. Next week you'll see us. Thank you guys so much. As always, be safe and stay dangerous. Yes, sir.